Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Hello all. Ted Visner here. I finally have a court date. March 21, 2018 at 1 p.m. Bay County, Michigan. 2 motions to be heard. Motion to compel discovery and sanctions. Motion to quash gag order. On October 11, 2017, my land is attacked and conquered as if a foreign nation by roughly 60 police officers, an army, and I am captured and held for 56 days and not allowed to participate in my own court case, defense, from jail. Conspired deprivation of due process under color of government. A violation of federal criminal law under Title 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242. I am alleged to have committed a series of felony crimes, but the prosecution will not turn over the material demanded in my repeated requests over the course of the last 5 months for production. Simultaneously, all of the property stolen by the police on October 11, 2017 is being sued by the people of the state of Michigan. Last week I received a summons and complaint naming my stolen property and Donnie's stolen property as the defendant. I have discovered some really important failures by the police and prosecutors in my case that applies to a lot of different cases here in Michigan. I have just confirmed that police and prosecutors throughout Michigan are charging other people using the same intentionally flawed methods, constituting a conspiracy. I have not been charged with an actual crime. I, and hundreds of others, have been alleged to have done something contrary to the entire MCL. I discovered this while attempting to defend myself against an alleged violation of MCL 333.7401, 2, d. 3, which is of course not possible because this is a potential punishment for violating some other law that has never been specified in the charging documents. Michigan laws and laws in general can be broken down into 3 major components. They include the described act that is a crime, definitions of words and phrases that are used in the particular law, and the different penalties that can be imposed upon people who violate the specified law in differing degrees. The number following the semicolon in my charging documents refers to one of many different potential penalties. A man cannot be charged criminally for violating a potential penalty or a definition that is stated within a law, but Michigan prosecutors and police are doing this and getting away with it. What does this mean? This exact phraseology was used in application of the warrant. Since the application for the warrant specifies no specific crime which may satisfy the probable cause required to issue the warrant, the application for the warrant, affidavit, and the warrant itself are invalid. The reason for this sleight of hand is intentional. Making reference properly to an actual violation of Michigan law would have pointed Michigan medical marijuana caregivers, plural, to the same defenses that exist for all Michigan pharmacists who also lawfully sell controlled substances. Your local drugstore pharmacist could also be charged similar to me for delivery/manufacture the controlled substance, OxyContin, but they are not, because they have protections under the Public Health Code of 1978, and so to do medical marijuana caregivers/practitioners. Like the pharmacist, Michigan medical marijuana caregivers are licensed by the state and authorized to deliver/manufacture, dispense, controlled substance. This discovery enables the right to declare a mistrial for everyone successfully prosecuted in this devious manner, as there is no way to defend oneself against an alleged violation of a potential penalty. Here is MCL 333.7401, 2, d. 3, in its entirety. 3. If the amount is less than 5 kilograms or fewer than 20 plants, by imprisonment for not more than 4 years or a fine of not more than $20,000, or both. How can you violate this potential penalty? How could one defend his/herself against allegedly violating this potential penalty? As a Michigan medical marijuana primary caregiver, I was licensed by the state of Michigan to lawfully possess 72 medical marijuana plants, and the amount of marijuana that I had in my possession was more than 144 pounds or more than 65.3173 kilograms. Both my plant count and the overall weight I possessed are and were within the limits established in the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act of 2008. Here is a different penalty prescribable in the same section that might seem more fitting for the marijuana I had in my possession. 2. If the amount is 5 kilograms or more but less than 45 kilograms, or 20 plants or more but fewer than 200 plants, by imprisonment for not more than 7 years or a fine of not more than $500,000, or both. Since the weight of the marijuana I had in my possession was 20 kilograms over the 45 kilogram benchmark stated in each of these three potential penalties, I could have been charged with this one and be looking at charges that include 7 counts or 7x 15 years or 105 years in prison for doing what I was licensed by the state of Michigan to do. If the amount is 45 kilograms or more, or 200 plants or more, by imprisonment for not more than 15 years or a fine of not more than $10 million, or both. As you can see, 2, and 3, are different penalties that could be prescribed but do not, in and of themselves, constitute a violation of Michigan law. Michigan law. Michigan Medical Marijuana Act of 2008. An initiation of legislation to allow under state law the medical use of marijuana, etc., etc. As defined in the definitions section of the MMMA. MCL 333.26423, H. Definitions. H. Medical use of marijuana means the acquisition, possession, cultivation, manufacture, extraction, use, internal possession, delivery, transfer, or transportation of marijuana, marijuana-infused products, or paraphernalia relating to the administration of marijuana to treat or alleviate a registered qualifying patient's debilitation medical condition or symptoms associated with the debilitation medical condition. So in doing what I was allowed to lawfully do and licensed by the state to do, I get the honor of being charged with a potential penalty that isn't even fitting for what I was doing. I was looking for this because I was charged and prosecuted with a definition of law in Isabella County by the prosecutor Risa Scully in my criminal misdemeanor trial with a county rigged jury. The corporate state of Michigan doesn't seem to mind that we individually seek redress for our grievances so long as we do it from a position of financial destitution. Imagine growing and selling $500,000 or more worth of medical marijuana lawfully, where the non-taxable proceeds went to fund our collective efforts for redress and remedy in all the different areas we are working to seek redress and remedy. The attack upon me and my family was and is an attack upon us all. The state's failure to state a crime means that I have not been charged with a crime, and the warrants for my arrest and the seizures of my property are invalid. The prosecutors and the courts themselves will attempt to explain this away as harmless error when it was and is entirely harmful to me, my family, and to the people of Michigan, and constitutes malicious prosecution. This is the information that the court does not want made public, and thus the reason for the gag order on my case is to keep these issues hidden and concealed from the people of Michigan while I am allegedly being prosecuted on behalf of the same people of Michigan. The gag order is an obvious violation of the First Amendment right to free speech, but it is also a violation of the Sixth Amendment right to counsel of my choosing. Not being able to talk about the case bars me from seeking help to finance my defense. This gag was imposed upon me on the same day I was released from jail after 56 days of the mainstream media having its way with me in open internet forums to which I cannot comment or defend myself. As for the weapons charges, the 8 felony weapons charges only cling to actual felony crimes that stick. It is of no consequence that I was wearing a gun during the transactions with police, as every gun in my home was also in my possession. Having guns in my home is the same as having them all in my possession. Every gun I own that is at my home is in my possession, and possessing weapons only becomes an issue if you are committing felonies. Peace and God bless. If you have any questions, give me a call. Ted. 989-954-2814.
County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting. You have commentary. and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if some, if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say, actually, yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But, do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.